Hey everyone, it's the Vitality Junkie here, and welcome to part 10 of this 10-part series on intuitive eating. Today we're covering, obviously, principle 10, which is honor your health with gentle nutrition. Now, the girls explain in the book that they kept this as the last principle on purpose because they didn't want the focus to be solely on healthy eating. They really wanted they wanted to make sure that they covered all of the other principles first before we dove into actually learning about foods. So this principle covers how to add healthy eating to your lifestyle. So the number one recommendation is through variety. So a moderation of different types of foods and a balance of taste, quality, and quantity. So looking at foods as a whole, you want to have moderation, a little bit of everything. Number two, you want to feed your metabolism. So you want to make sure that you're definitely honoring your hunger and you're feeling your fullness. So you want to pay attention to that and all the other principles as well when you're eating. Number three, we want to focus on adding whole grains to our diet, as well as fruits and vegetables and beans for their fiber, which helps with our digestive system, but also really adding fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains to your diet allows you to get all of the nutrients that your body needs, the vitamins and minerals that your body needs to do all of the functions within your body. So it's really important that you're taking out the refined white grains and replacing them as much as you can with whole grains. Number four is to eat a sufficient amount of protein for cellular repair. So protein is needed for building muscle and hair and skin. So we want to make sure that we're adding some protein into our diets. And as well, we want to make sure that we're having carbohydrates as well. I believe in this series we talked about carbohydrates and how they're our first energy source. So we want to make sure that we're adding carbohydrates to our diet so that the protein can get used for what it needs to be used for instead of as an energy source. Because if there's no carbohydrates, then our body looks to protein as an energy source. Number six, we want to add dairy into our diet if we can for calcium, which helps with our bone health. And for those of you that are lactose intolerant, I'm sure you're aware of replacement equivalents, so non-dairy options as well. And then healthy fats as well. So we want to add healthy fats to our diet like olive oil, avocado, nuts. Those healthy fats help promote satiety, so they help our body communicate to our brain to let us know when we're full. And there's many other benefits to adding fats as well to our diet. We want to allow play foods. We've talked about this through the intuitive eating videos, but allowing yourself, there's never going to be a time, unless you live on a farm in a remote area, there's never going to be a time where you're not going to have access to play foods, ice creams, sugars. Obviously, we want to limit the amount of intake we have of them, but allowing yourself to have those foods will again stop you from craving those foods. So you want to make sure once you've done all of the other things, added your carbohydrates and your proteins and your dairy and fruits and vegetables and that sort of thing, still allowing those play foods as well. And then this is my own tip that I would recommend, and this is the final tip, is think of adding versus what you're taking away. So if you're able to add these foods into your diet, add more fruits and vegetables, and you can do it slowly, replace white grains for whole grains. When you're able to do that slowly and think about adding to your diet, you will automatically take away things from your diet because you'll be too full to eat anything else. So if it's been hard for you to think about it, removing things from your diet, just think about adding and it'll automatically eliminate things from your diet just because of those things that you've replaced those other foods with. So there you have it. That is the final principle in intuitive eating. And I just wanted to say one final word for moving forward with intuitive eating. You know, it's, as I've said, it's an ongoing process. It's your lifestyle. So this isn't a diet. You don't become an intuitive eater and then stop being an intuitive eater. This is going to be lifelong. So being an intuitive eater involves all of the mishaps and the missteps and you know, the moments of overeating. Those things are still going to happen, but when you're an intuitive eater, they're going to happen way less frequently than they are now. And it's going to take a lot of experimenting, so it's going to take time for you to figure out what your likes and dislikes are, and when you're feeling hungry, and what your satiety cues are, and you're getting to know yourself again. So it's going to take time, and the amount of time it takes is different for everyone. So there might be some principles that you're already doing really well in, and then there might be others that you need to practice a bit more. So it really depends on your specific situation. But I want you to know that as you leave today and as you finish this series, being an intuitive eater is just who you are, and it's a lifelong process. So I wish you luck. And for those of you that are looking for more information, because I know some of this is very kind of basic level, especially with this Principle 10, with how to incorporate those foods and what are whole grains and how much should I be eating and that sort of thing. I really dive into it in Becoming a Vitality Junkie, Your Lifestyle Project. So if you haven't heard about my program, it's a 6-week program that I created, and it focuses on the 6 principles and 6 habits that I live by that allow me to have a strong mind, a strong body, to have the energy I need to live a life of vitality. So I encourage you, if you are looking for more information, and not just on eating, we definitely talk about healthy, balanced nutrition, and we go through in a little bit more in depth into intuitive eating. But we also talk about the importance of your mental fitness and your mindset. We talk about how to get good sleep. We talk about, and good sleep, intuitive eating will allow you to get better sleep, because when you're not eating healthy foods, especially when you're binge eating or eating beyond your fullness and you're feeling really full, you notice a difference in your sleep. It's hard to sleep. You're constantly woken up through the night. So focusing on intuitive eating will help with your sleep. But we also look at your vision and passion. We look at your goals and what your purpose is, and what you're passionate about in life, and we go through exercises to help you figure that out. We also look at how getting organized and planning will help you with all of these other habits, and help you succeed in living a life of vitality. And then finally, we look at physical activity and take a little bit of a deeper dive into how to incorporate physical activity into your lifestyle, as well as how to create your own workout program and how it would look for, particularly for beginners. But we also talk a little bit about advanced exercisers as well. So if you're interested in becoming a Vitality Junkie, please take a look at my website, vitalityjunkie.ca. All of the information's on there. And as well, I also have a program launching. It's a 21-day challenge called the Vitality Junkie Challenge, which will be launching in May of 2019. So keep an eye out for that as well. And it pretty much covers a lot of the same things in Becoming a Vitality Junkie, but on a much smaller scale. So check out those 2 programs if you enjoyed this video series and want to learn more. Take care, and bye for now.